A more experienced quarterback in Vinny Testaverde, and a young challenger eager to step in. A new defense which sports a new look, and linebacker Keith McCants, and a core of running backs led by one of the finest in the league. The wait is over. You're tuned in. It's the 1990 Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
WTOG Channel 44 Sports presents Tampa Bay Buccaneer Football. Brought to you in part by Isuzu, Pizza Hut, Publix, and GTE.
Alongside to steal a page from Rock's hottest group, the New Kids on the Block, playing not too far from here. That's exactly what head coach Ray Perkins is going to look at, the New Kids on the Block.
Yeah, 50,000 fans here this evening, too, Jim, to greet the much-heralded arrival of Gary Anderson at the halfback position, along with that multi-million-dollar linebacker Keith McCants out of the University of Alabama.
And, of course, all head coaches have a lot of difficult decisions to make during preseason. Yeah. But for Ray Perkins and his staff this year, it's hard, harder, hardest.
Yeah, especially tough this year. He told me a little while ago that he has up to 12 running backs in this year's core who could play, if not start, in the National Football League, and he is going to keep but 6 this year.
A lot of optimism, starting with the head man, Hugh Culverhouse, all the way through the organization. And down in the field, sensing a lot of that optimism and excitement, Channel 44's Bob Alvarez.
Well, these Buccaneer fans have waited 11 years to get behind the winner. They're excited about the new personnel the Bucs have added this year. How excited? They began tailgating at 4 and began filling the stadium at 5. Yes, these Buccaneer fans definitely excited. Jim?
All right, Bob, we're just about set to go. Preseason game number 1, the Bengals and the Buccaneers.
A lot of car makers like to talk about performance in terms of seconds. But when you've earned Motor Week's Driver's Choice Award and achieved Car and Driver's highest customer satisfaction rating ever, why bother with seconds when you can talk about firsts? The Lexus LS 400. Stop by Lexus of Tampa Bay for a victory lap.
From a safety standpoint, again, I've been here 28 years, and I'm absolutely certain that we are operating the safest fleet that we have ever operated. All of our pilots have been through major school within the last year. All of our pilots are focused on their job 100%. All the peripheral issues have gone away now, and we're just focusing on making Eastern Airlines the best we can.
We've got a great story to tell. We got to get out there and tell it, but we have to tell it in a one-on-one way. You know, we got to tell it to every passenger every day.
The Florida home faces America's toughest bug problem. So ARAB uses the cleanest, most effective methods to rid your home of little crawling things. So bigger crawling things are safer to roam. ARAB, we get the bugs out of Florida living. It's really easy to make a Florida lawn bug-free, green, and healthy. All you have to do is call True Green and simply add water. True Green, we are true to our word.
At GTE, we're always looking for trouble. Our 24-hour Trouble Analysis Center constantly monitors your phone lines, looking for problems. If we find one, we can fix it quickly, whether it's a small one or a larger one. You see, at GTE, it's not just communications we offer, it's solutions.
To Tampa Stadium, the Bengals and the Buccaneers, and Tampa Bay, Paul, has won the toss. They've elected to receive, and we'll get our first question answered of the night. Ray Perkins wants to look at Peebles on the kickoff return team.
Here's a guy that, as you see the series record between these two in preseason, this is the rubber match, a guy that anchored an NCAA championship 400-meter relay team in Peebles. He can really fly, and there is a rookie and Brown Dyke out of LSU to handle the kicking chores for Sam Wyche.
Danny Peebles is back deep. Here we go. Running back boot. It is end over end. It is medium deep. And at the 7, John Harvey to the 20, across the 20, dances and down at the 23-yard line. With lightning crackling off to the distance. We are underway in Tampa Bay. And, of course, Vinny Testaverde will bring the Bucs out. 1st and 10 at their own 23. Expected to go about 1 quarter.
Yeah, as will Gary Anderson, and there are the numbers on Vinny. A year ago, the most notable stat that his interceptions were down off 2 seasons ago when he threw 35, but coming into his 4th season now, Jim, they're expecting great things out of number 14.
Ron Hall, number 82, in his 4th year out of Hawaii, starts at tight end. Bruce Hill, number 84, out of Arizona State. One wide out along with Willie Drury, number 87. There's the offensive line. The veteran center out of Baylor, Randy Grimes, anchors things. Ian Beckles, the rookie out of Indiana. They'll take a good look at him tonight. Over at the right guard spot, Tom McHale out of Cornell wants to be a food critic when his playing days are over. Opens up at the left guard spot. Gruber and Taylor are the tackles. And the injured Cincinnati Bengal down there, that's number 57, Bernard Clark, the rookie out of Miami. And that's a man that Sam Wyche was counting on.
Yeah, he grew up right in the very shadow of this stadium, a Tampa native, making his professional debut in his hometown. Went to Lido High School here, just down the street. And didn't he enjoy a fabulous college career? Hopefully he's okay.
Born in West Tampa. The officials tonight, Gene Barth, the veteran official. And, of course, there's some changes in the NFL rules we'll talk about as the telecast unfolds. But right now it's the Bucs ball just outside their own 23-yard line. Grimes comes out at center. McHale and Beckles are the guards. Taylor and Gruber the tackles. Drury the wideout with Hill. Running backs Anderson and Perkins. Your first look at Gary Anderson in a Bucs uniform. Testaverde, airborne, dumps it off. Anderson, 20, 25, out of bounds, diving close to a first down. Upended on the far sideline by Chris Barber in his 3rd year out of North Carolina A&T.
And that's what they want Gary Anderson to do, to be able to catch the ball out of the backfield. And did you see he had Ian Beckles, that rookie guard, out in front leading him?
Beckles, 6'1", 295, as you check that 3-4 defense of Cincinnati.
Bernard Clark went off the field. So that is Carl Zander, who will step in and take his place at the inside linebacker position, normally the starter.
Drury, top of the screen. Hill to the near side. Reggie Cobb, the rookie out of Tennessee, is the lone running back, and Reggie gets the call, bounces it a little bit, and cracks it over the left side with blocking up there by McHale and by Gruber. And Kevin Walker in his 3rd year out of Maryland, the right inside linebacker, the first Bengal to arrive.
More often than not this year, when the Bucs go to a single back set, it's going to be that guy out of the University of Tennessee who's that solo back. He can hit it up in the middle and get you the first down, and he also has the speed to get outside.
He wears number 33, his 2nd-round draft pick, ending his holdout after 17 days, the lone running back. Hall and Hill and Drury are the receivers. Testaverde on first down, dribbles one at the 44, incomplete. A curling pattern looking for Bruce Hill.
Well, Vinny knew that he wanted to be very careful with that pass to Hill because creeping up was the all-world David Fulcher. Number 33, the defensive back, set to lay into Hill. And if you lead Hill in that route, the quick post, as Ray Perkins knows, you can give up 6 the other way quickly.
Anderson and Hall, 2 tight ends in for Ray Perkins. Testaverde checks that Bengal defense now on 2nd and 10. Looks, gives it up. Reggie Cobb's first carry in a Tampa Bay uniform around the left side, or 2nd carry. Actually, that's Kevin Walker on the stop. 2nd straight tackle he's made.
You mentioned the 2 tight ends as Cobb comes off. They had Jesse Anderson, the rookie out of Mississippi State, who they think the world of. He was the lead blocker on this side, did a great job of holding things up and creating a hole for Cobb.
Nice position for Perkins to be in. I mean, they're so deep at tight end, so deep at running back and at wide receiver. Now Testaverde on 3rd and 6 from the shotgun. Works with Hill. Drury. Harvey's back in, 26. Testaverde takes it, looks over the middle. Now he's got room to run. Dumps it off. Incomplete behind Bruce Hill. Paul, I think he could have run for the first down.
Yeah, they want Vinny to run a little bit more this year. That's Richard Carey, the right cornerback, all of 5'9", but a hitter in the area. Hill couldn't hold on, but you're right. Vinny had the first if he scrambled.
So the Bengals defense did the job. Clock is stopped. 12.5 left in the first, and the first Bucs possession comes up empty. Mark Royals out of Appalachian State will do the punting. He's back at his own 23-yard line. And Mitchell Price, 32, standing at his own 17. Royals gets the good snap. Nice kick at the 21. Around 1. Big hole up the middle of 35, the 40, the 45 to midfield. Still on his feet. Mitchell Price, what a return. Into Tampa Bay territory. The Bengals start with great field position. spotted just outside the Tampa Bay 45. Price on a 34-yard punt return kickoff, worth another look.
This is the time of year that's going to happen. They haven't gone live 100% on special teams. And look at him shed 1 tackler, 2 tacklers, and he turns it into 30-plus yards. The rookie trying to make the ball club, and Mitchell Price out of Tulane.
So it's Boomer Esiason. He had 5 touchdown tosses the last 2 times the Bengals and the Bucs hooked up. Barber, Brown, Wellsant. Out there for wideouts, Jennings and Brooks. And they're running back. Boomer will throw. The southpaw scampers out, pressures on, unloads it down the sideline. Caught, but out of bounds. At the 23-yard line, James Brooks out of the backfield.
And credit Winston Moss, too, with applying a little bit of pressure on Boomer. The best way to break down a passing game is to be able to crash from the outside, and Boomer nearly got a taste of Winston Moss.
The Bengals offensively, James Brooks, what a good one he's been for so many years. Stanford, Jennings, Barber, Brown, you know the story. Then the offensive line, there they are. But, of course, they're missing a couple of familiar names, aren't they?
Yeah, Ickey's not there and won't be for a couple of more weeks coming off reconstructive knee surgery.
They're worried about the health of Ickey Woods, the fullback, the human refrigerator, missed most of last year because of that knee injury. Boomer to put it up on 2nd and 10, looks, pumps, fires out of the backfield, 1st and 10, down at the Bucs 23. Brooks again beat Mark Robinson.
James Brooks, if there is one guy in this stadium that the Bucs would like to pattern Gary Anderson off of, it would be Brooks, who can run the ball and catch the ball. Look at this, wide open with great speed. 1st down, and Kent Boomer just floated out there nicely.
Very nice touch by Boomer Esiason in his 7th year out of Maryland. The last 2 years, 56 touchdowns, 25 interceptions. Boomer bends in at the 23 of Tampa Bay. Power off the right side, look out, inside the 10, dancing down to the 6 goes James Brooks again. Harry Hamilton hanging on, otherwise it's 6, and what a hole on the right side. Blados and Walters, 74 and 63, watch him coming at you.
Yeah, Brian Blados just moving into the guard slot a year ago and sealed it off. Joe Walter there, and he runs right through Wayne Haddix. We told you, Brooks can run. 2-time All-Pro, back-to-back years in his 10th year out of Auburn.
He can run, he can catch. The only thing he doesn't do is throw very well.
Well, he does. He did throw for a touchdown last year.
Yeah, it was kind of that Garo Yepremian effort, though. Boomer bends in at the Bucs 5-yard line, just outside the 5. Brooks, the near back. The tail of the tandem is Jennings. Jennings gets the call, dances inside the 5, down to about the 3. Penalty flag is down. And Tim Newton, the nose tackle, in his 6th year out of Florida, made the stop, number 96.
Yeah, welcome home, Tim Newton, a former Florida Gator who played for the Minnesota Vikings. And the Bucs acquired him as a free agent. The chit-chat going on there with Eugene Marv, the veteran linebacker.
Motion against the Bengals. We'll back them up. You saw big number 96 in the Tampa Bay jersey standing there, Tim Newton. You know what our friend Hank Stram used to say about playing nose tackle, don't you, Paul?
No.
It's like being a fire hydrant at a dog convention.
Going up against Kozerski this evening at 290. That might be the case.
Kozerski in his 7th year out of Holy Cross, 6'4", 287. Majored in physics. So now Boomer looks over that Buccaneers defense. Wide to the right side, Eddie Brown. Brooks and Jennings are the running backs. Garrett to the left side. From outside the 10, straight drop, pumps too hard, incomplete at the 4. Good defensive play. John Garrett, the intended receiver, but Rodney Rice was hanging on.
Yeah, tiny Rodney Rice. They picked him up as a free agent from the New England Patriots, all of 5'8" and 180 pounds, but he is truly tenacious. Look at him. All over the back, and he times this perfectly. You want to avoid pass interference. There's the toss. And, oh, maybe a bit early, but no flag.
They have relaxed that rule a little bit, much to the dismay of the wide receivers. 2nd and 10. 2nd and goal. Jennings and Brooks. Long count. Boomer with the audible. Sweep to the left. There goes Brooks. Nothing doing. Dances inside the 10. Winston Moss, who got a wake-up call when Keith McCants arrived, playing inspired in the preseason. had a pretty good scrimmage against the Dolphins in that controlled scrimmage, and there's Winston.
Yeah, the rugged Winston Moss coming off his best pro season of a year ago, and he played that perfectly. The outside linebacker strung it out, and it's a goal line stand opportunity here for the Buccaneers. That would stir them up.
This would get the crowd into it. Jennings stays in along with Brooks. Quick count. Boomer looks, wants the post, dishes it off. Jennings at the 12. Jennings at the 7. Jennings no more. Broderick Thomas from the left side out of Nebraska came over.
Watch how he, along with Haddix, the corner, play this. Thomas, in his second year out of Nebraska, has worked hard in the offseason program. Look at that strength. He just brings Jennings back to him and takes him down.
Esiason had nowhere else to go. He wanted Eddie Brown on the post. Good job by Rodney Rice on the coverage. So Lee Johnson, it'll be David Browndyke, the rookie out of LSU. This is a chip shot. Hash mark near side. 25-yard attempt. Wilhelm will put it down. Spot, kick, boot, up, count it. So the Bengals on their first possession didn't have to go very far. They started at the 45 of Tampa Bay, and with 9:03 left to go in the first, the Bucs are on the short end. They trail the Bengals 3-zip.
This summer at the Magic Kingdom, the Main Street Electrical Parade, Mickey's Starland. At Epcot Center, the exciting Body Wars ride. And Illuminations lights up the world. From the Disney MGM Studios theme park, it's Star Tours. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Sorcery in the Sky. The Walt Disney World Resort in Florida. It's some kind of summer.
You know, when you got it right, you got it right. Whether you're talking about this, whether you're talking about the one and only Diet Cola that does it for Ray, Diet Pepsi. You know, nothing tastes as good to me as Diet Pepsi. All right, now, who was the wise guy?
Diet Pepsi with 100% NutraSweet.
Now, that's the right one, baby.
You can't touch this. Coming this fall to WTOG.
You can't touch this.
5 nights a week. In September, you'll see.
You can't touch this.
3 hours of comedy. 6 shows in a row.
You can't touch this.
We'll provide the laughs. You bring the remote control.
Break it down.
Growing Pains and Mama's Family kick off the smiles. Who's the Boss with Kate Nally will have you rolling in the aisles. Night Court and Cheers may put you on the floor because no other station can touch this fall on 44.
Kelly, welcome back on Channel 44. Coverage of the Bucs and the Bengals. Preseason game number 1. Sam Wyche, the head coach, very innovative. And there is David Browndyke, 6'1", 183 out of LSU, 61 career field goals while he played for Mr. Archer down there. Boy, is that an event when you go to an LSU game on a Saturday night?
Pum, 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 pum.
They start tailgating there about Tuesday. Browndyke, boots. Peebles back deep. And will he get a chance? Yes. 10, 15, 20. Gets a little convoy. Trips over his own man at the 27-yard line. Otherwise, might have rambled for big yardage. Lynn James, a wide receiver on the specialty teams, helped out on the tackle.
Boy, he can find a crease, and that's what Perk wants him to do. Find a sliver and scoot. He is going to be something to watch. Pure speed back there.
26-yard return, 8:52 to go. The Bucs on the short end, 3-0 after that 25-yard field goal by Browndyke. Their second possession, Testaverde brings them out. Wide to the left, Willie Drury. Anderson and Perkins are the running backs. All the tight end. Hill, the other wide out, comes wide to the near side. Testaverde. Power sweep with Bruce Perkins. Perkins, power inside or across the 32. 6'2", 230 out of Arizona State.
You know, the Perkins released William Howard this year, and the word was they were downsizing their fullbacks. They wanted quickness, and they find a free agent out of Arizona State. Nobody drafts him in Perkins, and Ray takes him because he has great outside speed. You're going to see the fullbacks going outside this year as much as inside.
Well, we have a kinder, gentler America with George Bush, and we have a lighter, quicker backfield now. They'll go the other way. It's Anderson. First down for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Kevin Walker hanging on. How about that lateral explosion?
Yeah, they go left side and then right side behind Beckles and Taylor over there. Watch the offensive line work, and the lead blocking 2 by Perkins. Calhoun, and right behind him is Anderson. First down, Bucks.
And, of course, everybody knows Gary Anderson, 3 years as a USFL Tampa Bay Bandit. 7 years in pro ball, 8,666 yards. Came over from the Chargers in that trade back in April.
Better than 1,000 yards a year.
And he can catch. First and 10 from the 41. Look out. David Grant on the blitz in his 3rd year out of West Virginia.
Remember when Tim Krumrie got hurt in the Super Bowl? It was Grant that came in there and took his place and played so well against the 49ers. Didn't have a great year last year, but he's back in 1990.
Coaches will look at whose man that was on the film, huh?
If it was the rookie and Beckles pulling, he came right behind him in the center and Grimes.
2nd and 15. 7 minutes left, quarter number 1. Bucks on the short end by 3. A little hitch delay. Anderson dances across the 40. Blocking up there by Grimes and Beckles, and Kevin Walker again on the stop.
That hole was there for a long time, wasn't it? Ray Perkins says that this year's offensive line is the best that he's ever had. New York Giants, of course, in the NFL, and now here, he thinks it's shaping up. Gruber and Taylor at the tackles, McHale and the rookie Beckles taking Bruin's place, and Randy Grimes steady as ever at center.
Drury and Hill are the wideouts. Testaverde from the shotgun on 3rd and 9. Vinny with an audible. Dime defense by the Bengals over the middle. First down inside the 45. Bruce Hill on a slant in. Wilcox was there, but boy, Hill was wide open.
Yeah, the man coverage, it's going to be tough to cover a guy who's caught 50 passes in each of the last 2 seasons. Look, here comes the blitz. And there is Hill. Man coverage, first down and more. First down, Bucks.
Now, obviously, Hill did his job, but let's credit Vinny right there. He picked up the blitz, made the right audible, had Hill the whole way.
Yeah, and you got to stand pretty tough, too, when they're coming at you with a head of steam, and Vinny did that.
From the 42 of the Bengals, Testaverde now checks that Cincinnati defense. Reggie Cobb, 33, the rookie out of Tennessee.
Busted.
Oh, busted play. Testaverde, hang on, Vinny. Clark chased him out of bounds.
Oh, they got lucky. David Fulcher was coming on a safety blitz, and Vinny, remember the previous drive we said he should have scrambled? Vinny has fairly nimble feet for a big guy. You see his rushing yards, and he dodged Fulcher, who is an all-pro, and runs it to the boundary.
Yeah, you'd take Vinny in a 6-furlong sprint. You wouldn't want him going to the Belmont a 1.5 miles, though. He's a sprinter. He's not a rooter. 2nd and 5. Anderson and Perkins are the running backs. In the I pro set. Hill left side. Drury far side. Anderson. Did you see him jump over one of the safeties down at the 35? Dixon went down low, but talk about anticipation and balance. Anderson, a hurdler right there.
James Francis, the rookie out of Baylor, the #1 pick, number 50, will be the guy that makes this play. For he stuffs everything at the line of scrimmage and forces it outside, and it's all Anderson can do to save a few yards on it. We'll talk more about Francis. Well, let's see if we can see him. Number 50 to the right of your screen. He'll be stacking him up. There he goes, running him down.
Now here's the boundary. Watch Anderson right there.
Quick right leg.
3rd and 2. Vinny, quick read, gives it. Yes, first down at the 27. Bruce Hill.
Bucks are warming up. Hill got off to the slow start. Vinny threw one behind him, and then Bruce dropped one. Now he's warming up. A fine catch there in front of Chris Barber.
Hey, Bruce Hill showing no signs of holding out.
You know, he caught 50 passes last year, and everyone said it was an off season after 2 years ago, and he caught 58, 9 TDs. You catch 50 passes in this league, you had a heck of a year.
He signed a 2-year deal for a reported $800,000. Said his holdout lasted longer than he hoped, but boy, if he was rusty, he used Rust-Oleum. 2 catches, 23 yards. Anderson on the delay. Look at the speed outside. Oh, Ogletree, the rookie out of Auburn. What a hit down at the 23.
Yeah, it's a 10-2 split. He got a cameraman as a bonus. But the Bucks are rolling. Watch this. Out in front, Tom McHale leading the way, the guard. Fulcher goes around him, but just enough for Anderson to be able to turn on the Jets. Into the boundary he goes.
And kaboom. Anderson, 4 carries, 22 yards. Dixon helped out on the hit. Inside of 4 minutes now as the Bucks break the huddle. You look at that shot inside Tampa Stadium, you can feel the electricity. You can hear the crowd getting into it. 2nd and 5. Anderson and Bruce Perkins are the running backs. Evened up. The big fullback, Bruce Perkins, free agent this year, cracks it over the middle behind Grimes and McHale. Fulcher's in the middle of things.
And cracks is the right word. This is a tough guy, and Perkins likes tough guys. It was Perkins, the running back, rather than Perkins, the coach, that delivered the shot at the line of scrimmage.
You see Ray on the sideline tugging at that cord. He needs a GTE cellular. Forget that cord. GTE, the telecommunications consultant of the NFL. They say the power is on. The power is on here tonight. The Bucks 2 out of 3 on 3rd down conversions. 3rd and 2 inside of 3 when the ball is snapped. Jamie Lawson checks in out of Nicholls State. He's in with Lars Tate. Out of the I-Pro set. Good time to throw. No. Lars Tate will not get there. Kevin Walker on the stop again. You don't think Lars Tate is fighting for a spot on this roster?
Yeah, the leading rusher for the Bucks in each of the last 2 seasons, and he is one of the guys on the bubble right now. And the Bucks are going to send in the field goal unit, and it won't be Iggy.
No, Iggy's getting a rest, but Ray Perkins says, wait a minute, Igwebuike has come to camp stronger and in better shape than he ever has. He's increased his distance on the kickoffs, so it'll be Royals or Christie. Christie will be out there.
Yeah, and Royals the new holder, Jim, you're right.
Christie out of William and Mary, all-time leading scorer. 279 career points, stopped, and we are tied at 3, but a penalty flag is down.
See what this is about. It's good to see a rookie kicker come in and put it through the uprights, flags or not.
How about that? That'll be a first down for Tampa Bay.
Those 3 come off the board.
That'll get the offense back out there. Gene Parth, the veteran official.
Good to see his face again, isn't it?
Well,
a familiar face of Paul. How many years has he been doing this? Close to 30.
Well, Art McNally, the supervisor of officials for the National Football League.
12 men in the field for the defense. 5-yard penalty makes it a first down.
A very typical early preseason schedule plus. The toughest things to put in this time of year are your special teams because you don't give them a lot of practice, obviously, during training camp, and you certainly don't go all out.
That is a spot, though, where a youngster can earn a spot or help earn one on a roster on a specialty teams. Coaches are particularly impressed, of course, with aggressiveness and hard hits where you can maybe cause a couple of fumbles. And if you are on the bubble, if you can play in the specialty teams and you're not afraid to sacrifice your body, I mean, that's how Bill Bates hung on with the Cowboys for so many years.
Absolutely. Mitchell Price already had the fine return, the rookie for Cincinnati this evening.
Anderson motions to the near side. Testaverde backpedals on 1st and 10. Vinny can run again. Needs some help in the end zone. Vinny slithers inside the 5. Greg Patterson just made the tackle secure.
Well, Vinny stood in the pocket as long as he could, and the line gets him plenty of time, but credit that Cincinnati secondary. Now Vinny sees everything shut down. He better take off. And we'll tuck it and then hit the green grass.
Now, you
Just
know
about
Ray,
a yard shy of a first.
Paul, you know Ray Perkins pretty well. As you look at your starting quarterback there, he's carried a little bit more than I think Perkins would like in this preseason game. I mean, you have to be a little bit concerned. Chandler, of course, is on board. We'll see Carlson for 3 quarters, but you don't want to risk a preseason injury.
No, you don't, but I think he likes Vinny Testaverde developing some blood and guts leadership with this ball club because he needs to do that. Timeout, Bucks.
Vinny didn't like the defense. Maybe he saw 12 men again. 1:16 left to go. It's been a scoreless first quarter for Tampa Bay. This is their second possession. They had tied it up, but after a procedure penalty, they took 3 off the board, and they're driving now for the go-ahead touchdown. We'll take a timeout and come right back to Tampa Bay.
If you like to litter Florida's beaches, maybe there's something you should know. Florida's having a tropical heat wave. Keep Florida beautiful.
Now you can see Shamu like you've never seen him before. Up close, underwater, without holding your breath. Thanks to new visions, now at SeaWorld. Want to go to SeaWorld tonight and save lots of money? See all the magic of SeaWorld at night for half the price. Now through August 31st. Sounds great, huh?
Now play Fantasy 5 Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That means more fantasies and more chances to win hundreds of thousands of dollars.
The Buccaneers nothing, but this is a 69-yard drive. This will be the 13th play of the drive. Testaverde took time out. There's time left in quarter number 1. And there is Vinny Testaverde. Well, you're waiting for Gene Barth to signal that we are back. There are 3 tight ends, Anderson, Bailey, and Hall in there now. Jamie Larson in his second year at Nicholls State is 38 in the backfield. Lars Tate, you know, is number 34. And here we go. Tate, touchdown, Tampa Bay!
Power football off the left side, nothing fancy about it. Gruber, who may be an all-pro in 1990, the tackle, and McHale, the left guard, to the right of your screen. Watch this. And there's Lars Tate, and he's a happy man. He knows he has to go a ways to make this team.
Good call, Paul. I mean, did you see Gruber? I mean, he took 2 men and just moved them down the line. Christie will try to put point number 7. Snap is low, spot is good, kick is up, and we lead 7-0. The Bucs on top over the Bengals with 73 seconds left in quarter number 1. We'll take a timeout and come back with the Bucs on top by 4.
Come share the wonders of a land far away, Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay.
We are one. We are one. We are one. We are one in spirit. We are one. We are one in joy. We are one in happiness. We are one. We are one. You and me. Look around. See the smile. Look around. See the love. Look around. See the light. Look around. Look around.
Busch Gardens at Tampa Bay. No place else.
Even I don't like to buy tires, but since you've got to have them, let Tire Kingdom make your buck go further. Whoa! Because our tire prices are the absolute lowest. Lower than warehouse clubs, Allied, Sears, everybody. Yay! Not only lower, but we'll beat anybody's best price by 10%. And that's the best way to guarantee that you stretch your tire dollars. Yeah. So if you want more tire for your buck, come to Tire Kingdom.
I love what you do for me, Toyota.
What do you think, Dad?
I think it's yours. One of the things that can make buying a first car a lot easier is knowing that it's a first Toyota.
I love what you do for me, Toyota.
The Bucs have 83 yards in total offense, 73 on that last drive, 13 plays. They used up 7 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock, and they lead it now 7-3. Andre Riley and Paul Palmer are back deep for the Bengals. And Steve Christie, they're taking a look at his depth in the kickoffs, aren't they, Paul?
Yeah, they're letting him kick off and kick this whole game. That's the one knock on Iggy, is that he couldn't get it into the end zone. Here's Christie's opportunity.
And he's only 5 yards from the football. He doesn't take long to get there. It's end over end. It's not very deep. It's at the 8 for Andre Riley. To the 20. Sputters, regains his feet, chopped down shy of the 25-yard line. So the Bengals will take over their 3rd possession of the night. 62 seconds left in the first quarter, and the Bucs lead the Bengals 7-3.
Witness the true story of the greatest POW escape of World War II.
There will be no escapes from this camp. The goons have put every escape artist in Germany in this camp. You say so yourself.
Steve McQueen, James Garner, Charles Bronson, and James Coburn had an all-star cast.
We dig. Round the clock. Good luck to us, Danny.
The Great Escape, Monday night at 8 on Your 44.
Pizza Hut Delivery presents the $4 pizza deal.
Telling me our first pizza is
Regular price.
And up to 4 more pizzas are each?
$4.
What about a pepperoni lovers?
Regular price.
And a sausage pizza?
$4.
5 meat lovers pizzas.
Regular price, $4, $4.
First pizza regular price, up to 4 more, just $4 each. Okay, how about 3 Supremes, a stealth bomber, and a pepperoni lovers?
Regular price, $4, $4. $500 million, $4.
Oh, good.
Hey, somebody say $4? I'm a buck. I'm a buck. You're a buck. You're a buck. I'm a buck.
The Toyota versus the Isuzu standard pickup. If Earth were invaded by giant reptiles, which would be better prepared?
Get out of here!
Well, first of all, the Isuzu gets better mileage than Toyota. That's helpful. Plus, it has the biggest payload in its class, so it can carry more. All in all, when the giant lizards come, I'd rather be in an Isuzu.
Because it even has more legroom. The Isuzu pickup at just $77.79, there's no comparison.
Following Cincinnati's first possession, Buccaneer linebackers coach Joe Kynes talked to his people, wanted to remind them of their responsibilities when Cincinnati's going to pass the ball. He's also asked them to pay attention to the tight end. Jim?
Thank you, Bob. And number 10, Todd Philcox out of Syracuse, a free agent signed on last year out of the graduate school, is now the new Bengal signal caller. He'll throw on first down. Look out at the 30-yard line. Oh, what a great catch by Eddie Brown. Boy, that had a chance to be picked off.
Well, it's a high percentage pass. Just run the little curl to an all-pro wide receiver. And Eddie Brown out of Miami, now in his 6th year. He is without peer as an athlete, but you get a young guy like Philcox some confidence here. And he just fires it in front of Haddix. We may have seen the last of Boomer already tonight.
1 for 5, Boomer was, 23 yards. 17 seconds left to go. Philcox looks, misdirection to Eric Ball. And the Bucs defense not fooled. The second-year running back out of UCLA, stacked up by Winston Moss and Mark Robinson.
And 214-pound Eric Ball, who took over for Ickey a year ago and did a fine job as this first quarter's done.
Ickey Woods, of course, missed most of last year. Major knee injury, big hole to fill up. And the Bengals trail by 4 as quarter number 1 comes to an end. Tampa Bay 7, Cincinnati 3.
Sadly, Bill Nelson has resorted to the negative politics of the past, using his special interest millions for false personal attacks on Lawton Childs and his family. The press finds the ad comes straight out of the old politics of innuendo, and it's just not true. Everyone agrees Lawton Childs has always honored the public trust, used his office for public good, not private gain. Lawton Childs and Buddy McKay, working to clean up politics, limiting contributions to $100, fighting to put government back on our side. Join the fight. Childs McKay. This time, the people win.
Share the spirit of a distant land.
Celebrate the sunrise, celebrate the day. Celebrate the life you live and let your soul play. Let your soul sing. La, la, la. Let your soul love.
Busch Gardens at Tampa Bay, no place else.
Hey, you warm-blooded rookies. Time to take a double dare. Got a twist to Adventure Island's new Caribbean corkscrew. It'll turn you into a Caribbean amphibian. No problem, Mom.
Wouldn't it be great if you were at a party and suddenly you could read people's minds? And wouldn't it be great if you knew that Candace Robertson wanted beer? Really great beer like Keystone, the fresh, cold-filtered beer in a can that tastes like beer in a bottle because of Keystone's specially lined can. And wouldn't it be great if later that evening you and Candace went to Vegas? Yeah! Cold-filtered Keystone and Keystone Light, bottled beer taste in a can. Wouldn't that be great?
At the Legend in Steak, prime rib is a tradition. And every Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday night, it's just $8.95. Our famous prime rib dinner, salad bar, baked potato, just $8.95 Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday at Steak and Ale.
Win a new Isuzu Rodeo. Also, Bucks game tickets, Bucks shirts, hats, and telephones from GTE Phone Mart. Watch the Buck Report with Ray Perkins and stop by participating Isuzu dealers for details. Buccaneers versus Patriots. Saturday night at 8 on your 44.
On third and a long 2. Philcox will put it up. Takes the deep drop. Gives it the pump fake. Drops the football at the 25. Look at the protection. Philcox dumps over the middle. Caught. First down for the Bengals. What a great effort coming back. That's Lynn James, the rookie out of Arizona State. And did he take a pop up near the 45?
Hey, Philcox maintained his poise, too. Look at his own man, number 73, Ken Moyer, will knock the ball out of his grasp. Watch. Oh, no, he didn't. He just lost it. Then Philcox picks it back up. Is he going to run or is he going to throw? Now, this is a play perhaps Boomer can't make because he's left-handed. But the right-handed quarterback can, and it's a first down for the Bengals.
And a pretty good pop there by Mike Robinson. Philcox, 1st and 10 at the 49. Barber and Brown are the wideouts. Dive, look out, big hole right side. Craig Taylor, Blados and Walter and Moyer doing the blocking.
Whoa. Blados, we talked about him earlier. There's Joe Walter. And Moyer, too. Moyer is 297 in his second year. And Craig Taylor comes up a yard shy of the first.
You know, Taylor is only a 6-footer as you look into the huddle. Kozerski, the center for the Bengals, is 6'4". He's the smallest man in terms of height and weight on that Cincinnati front. I mean, they go 6'7", 6'7", 6'7", 6'6". Left side, power explosion. Taylor again, first down again inside the Bucs 30. Rodney Rice hanging on.
And the fullback and Eric Bowl made that play, working on Broderick Thomas on the right side. Watch the lead block here, the bottom of your screen. That is a block. And it's a first down.
12-yard pickup. Ball with a big move. Spotted now. You say the knee went down outside the 30. 1st and 10 for the Bengals. Barber comes wide to the left. Brown wide to the right. Taylor again. Nice move to turn nothing into a 4-yard pickup. Eugene Marv, the veteran out of Saginaw Valley State in his 9th year, made the hit.
Bruce Reimer's the left guard. He was almost in the backfield setting up. Bruce Coslett was the offensive coordinator a year ago, as you know, Jim. He is now the new head coach of the New York Jets. And Sam Wyche is his own offensive coordinator this season for the Bengals.
And, of course, we'll see the Jets in the last preseason game here on Channel 44. Get a look at Bruce Coslett and what he's doing now with the Jets under Dick Steinberg.
They play tonight.
Everybody got back. Motion by Ball. Philcox. Oh, on a rope to the 15. John Garrett on the slant end.
Ivy League John Garrett on the receiving end of Philcox's bullet. There's a guy from an NFL family. His dad was an NFL coach for 16 years. His 2 brothers are in the NFL. He can catch it across the middle, and that's what a youngster has to prove if he's going to stick in the NFL. And he made the catch in front of a couple of veterans.
Ex-Tiger out of Princeton. 6-footer, 183 pounds. There he is. Hey, Philcox, 3 for 3, 35 yards. Pretty good-looking drive. Motion, well sent. There goes Ball, and the ex-Bruin. Oh, a great move at the 10. I mean, he got the last 2 all by himself with Hamilton just hanging on.
He absolutely ran away from Reuben Davis
and Broderick Thomas. Watch Thomas dip. Thomas is spun around.
Maybe a holding or 2, but Thomas cannot hold on to Ball. And he keeps fighting. He is a tough guy that they're trying to develop some confidence in. Trying to build his confidence as he fills Icky's shoes.
John Cannon came over from his defensive end spot. 2nd and 2, and let's check the call. Flags everywhere.
Can't do that. False start, 63 offense. 5-yard penalty.
Somebody for the Bucs said as Gene Barth turned on his microphone, you can't do that.
No, he was talking about Joe Walter, the right tackle. At 6'7", he's kind of tough to miss when he jumps early. Cost him 5. It's been a penalty-free game for the most part in the first half.
Well, except for that 12 men on the field that really cost the Cincinnati Bengals a 3-3 game. It gave the Bucs an extra shot. They capitalized and made a touchdown. 3 penalties, 15 yards against Cincinnati. 2nd and 7. Philcox. He's been perfect. He's got time. He's still perfect. Ball close to the goal line. Did not get in.
What's so impressive about this is Cincinnati is naturally a left-handed team. Its offense is dedicated to the left with Boomer Esiason and Baby Boomer and Eric Wilhelm. But here is a right-hander in Philcox just taking him right down the field. Nice touch. Ball tucks it and tries to dive for the end zone. Looked like he was in, but they say his foot hit, went out of bounds at the 3.
His right foot stepped out at the 3, so coming wide to the left side. 89, John Garrett. Brown goes wide to the near far side. 1st and goal. Philcox will throw for it. Incomplete. No call. Whoa.
Roderick Thomas on the blitz. Took out a bunch of Bengals. What's more than one Bengal? Pack of Bengals?
Bengai.
Taylor trying to block him. Yeah. Roderick Thomas, Ray Perkins said, owned the off-season conditioning program. Watch him come from the top of your screen, number 51.
Looking for Caddis, 84 now. Was there pass interference?
I just threw it high.
Harry Hamilton, Thomas.
A new man is Broderick Thomas.
Harold Green, also a new man in there now for Cincinnati, number 28, the rookie. Touchdown. Boy, you talk about a play that took a long time to develop. The Bucs were actually in the backfield. It didn't look like Philcox would even get the ball to Green.
Anthony Moss overran the play and is a little mad at himself. The ball held him up, and boom, into the end zone 6.
Pretty good looking drive right there, engineered by Todd Philcox out of Syracuse. He replaced Boomer Esiason. Browndyke will come in and try to increase that Bengal advantage. 10-16 left to go in quarter number 2. It's 13-7, Cincinnati on top. Or 10-7, excuse me. If this kick is good. Now the kick is good. No flags. 10-16 to go. Browndyke makes it a 3-point Bengal advantage again. Cincinnati 10, Tampa Bay 7.
More car, less money.
When you talk about more car for the money, you're talking about Ford Taurus.
Richard says his new Ford reminds him of me. He's got all the right equipment.
That's Taurus. All the right equipment plus $1,000 cash back or low 7.9 APR financing.
They let you use your cash back for a down payment. That's a deal.
Make your best deal on a new Taurus and get cash back or low APR financing. See your local Ford dealer today.
The game of football seems simple on the field, but off the field, the business of football isn't. Because players depend on trainers. Trainers depend on assistant coaches. Assistant coaches depend on the head coach. The head coach depends on the front office. All of them depend on communications. And that's why the NFL and its teams depend on GTE. Now, isn't that the kind of support your business should depend on? GTE, the telecommunications consultant to the NFL.
Who is Dark Man?
I gotta tell you something about me. He's a cockroach. You think you kill him, and he pops up someplace else.
In the darkest hour, there's a light that shines on every human being. But one. Dark Man, rated R. Starts Friday, August 24th at theaters everywhere.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers had taken the lead with a 71-yard drive. The Bengals came right back. Paul Kennedy, a 76-yard effort of their own, 11 plays. And let's take another look at the rookie out of South Carolina, Harold Green. Watch number 28.
And they say he may be the steal of the draft. Watch Reimer's number 75. Well, he was the guy that opened the hole on the left side, the guard, but Green has the touchdown. A nice job by a development quarterback in Philcox to drive him the length of the field.
Browndyke booms it 2 yards deep, and John Harvey decides that discretion is the better part of valor right here. 10:09 to go in the second quarter. And let's see who will come out at quarterback now for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Vinny, as we told you, was expected to go the first quarter, then Jeff Carlson the rest of the way. And it is Jeff Carlson.
Speaking of free agents and Plan B guys, this acquisition from the Los Angeles Rams on the development squad a year ago behind Jim Everett.
Vinny leaves 3 out of 5, 32 yards. Here's the ex-Los Angeles Ram bending in at his own 20-yard line. Backs are evened up. Lawson and Tate. Lawson? No, it's Tony Citizen. And Craig Patterson, the nose tackle of the Bengals, made the tackle.
Little Tony Citizen with number 4 on his back has had a big-time camp thus far. You see the scoring drive. Green, the rookie, with the touchdown run, close to 6 minutes long. Right now, he's listed, Jim, as the number 2 fullback is Citizen, behind Bruce Perkins, another rookie.
That will change now that Reggie Cobb, though, has ended his holdout, eh? 2nd and 9. Carlson. His first pass. Batted down at the line of scrimmage. Didn't even get to the line of scrimmage in the backfield.
Have the big arms there of Natu Tua Tagovailoa. That's right.
Known and loved as Natu.
In his 2nd year.
What a man. In his 2nd year out of California.
280. Look at him. Get that arm up.
Built like a lumberjack. Built like 2 lumberjacks.
His father was a great rugby player, and his mother was an Olympic swimmer. He's quite the athlete himself.
She might have filled the pool if she's built like Natu. He didn't miss many feedings. Carlson out of the shotgun on 3rd and 9. Fires, caught, shy of first down yardage at the 23. John Harvey with a nice catch. And there's a penalty flag to be checked out. Mitchell Price came up and made the hit.
And they get a break.
Roughing the passer. Jason Buck, 99, in his 4th year out of BYU, I think is the culprit that cemented Carlson.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, 99 defense, first down.
Now the penalties become more significant, don't they? That keeps this drive alive. I thought that guys out of BYU were supposed to be nice guys. Buck won the Outland Trophy 4 years ago for the Cougars.
Paul Kennedy, we talked about Reggie Cobb ending his holdout and coming in on Monday. He was anxious to get in and see what he could do. He's carried a couple of times. Also on Monday, coming up now, we can tell you exclusively that Mark Carrier will end his holdout on Monday. Talked to his agent just before the kickoff. They've come to terms, and Mark Carrier will be in camp on Monday. That's good news.
Yeah, super to get number 88 back in camp. The Bucs Pro Bowl representative last season, their leading receiver, of course. And not a moment too soon.
And as you look at the Tampa Bay offensive line, Paul was alluding to it earlier. Ray Perkins very enthused. He said there are really a couple of reasons that he hasn't had a set 5 in the offensive line in the 4 years that he's been here. One has been injuries, and 2, they really have never had the 5 that he thought could click together. You have to plug a guy in here, plug a guy in there. They never had the 5 except for this year. Now he's really excited.
Oh, John Bruin, who picks up the penalty there, case in point, he's in danger of losing his job to a rookie in Ian Beckles out of Indiana. Ray Perkins, the first day in pads, said Beckles is better than Bruin. And Beckles started tonight. Beckles is in there too, playing the left side now, and the center between them will be Tony Mayberry, who was the top center in the ACC last year for Bill Dooley at Wake Forest.
They say of Beckles, the rookie out of Indiana, he has come further faster in camp than anyone else. 1st and 15 after their first penalty of the night. The ball is dribbled at the 47 by Danny Peebles.
Carlson put it on his back hip. That's a tough place to try and catch it. Solomon Wilcots, the 4-year veteran out of Colorado, defending. Right there on the shoulder, and Wilcots right over the back.
Maybe worth another look. I don't know if we've burned it yet, but it actually looked like the ball that Carlson threw might have been deflected at the line of scrimmage just a bit. 2nd and 15. There is Peebles, built along the lines of Spud Webb.
Same school.
Looks like he should be in a slam dunk contest. Not out there with these behemoths. 2nd and 15, 8:17 to go before halftime. Carlson works with Anderson. Carlson backpedals to southpaw, floats it out. Oh, yes. Gary Anderson, and look out. No, it's John Harvey. John Harvey snuck into that Cincinnati secondary. Carlson absolutely picture-perfect pass. And
great pass blocking, too, to buy him time. First off, look at 62 Beckles with pass protection there. And watch the touch by the quarterback in Carlson. Right on the money to a running back out of the backfield, streaking down the boundary.
John Harvey got free, 55 yards. He's off the Bucs developmental squad. Carlson's now 2 out of 4, 59 yards. Of course, that was 55 of them right there.
Hey, Carlson can throw. He had a great career in the Big Sky Conference at Weber State. Threw for better than 6,000 yards.
7:52 to go. The Bengals want a timeout. We'll take a timeout on Channel 44 and come back with the Bengals leading the Bucs by 3.
Any day of the week, any time of the year, you always save money at Walmart. There's proof you can take home everywhere you look. Mountain Grown Folgers coffee in the big 39-ounce can, just $5.97 every day. Folgers coffee crystals, regular or decaffeinated, only $3.96 every day. When you add it all up, the facts never change. You will always save more money at Walmart. Always.
If you like to litter Florida's beaches, maybe there's something you should know. Florida's having a tropical heat wave. Keep Florida beautiful.
More car, less money.
When you talk about more car for the money, you're talking about Ford Taurus.
Richard says his new Ford reminds him of me. Got all the right equipment.
That's Taurus. All the right equipment, plus $1,000 cash back or low 7.9 APR financing.
They let you use your cash back for a down payment. That's a deal.
Make your best deal on a new Taurus and get cash back or low APR financing. See your local Ford dealer today.
10-7 is our score. The Bengals on top, but for how long? Cincinnati has had 7 first downs. The Bucs have had 8, and they've got something going here after Carlson and Harvey have hooked up. Citizen, number 4, the rookie, is also in there at running back. And the reverse. Danny Peebles will score.
With a rookie linebacker playing aggressive on this side, and Ogletree, number 52, crashing when he sees motion. There he is to the right of your screen. Forget it. Peebles, whoop, back the other way, and he can just skate on in there.
There wasn't a Bengal jersey anywhere except for number 52, Greg Ogletree,
Yep.
but he was going the wrong way.
Yep.
Steve Christie, perfect. 7:46 left to go before halftime, and what a drive. The big play, of course, Carlson, 55 yards to John Harvey. Then Harvey hands it off to Peebles, and the Bucs are back in front by 4.
You can't touch this.
Coming this fall to WTOG.
You can't touch this.
Every night at 8, the stars are yours to see.
You can't touch this.
We've got premieres, hot tickets, and more.
You can't touch this.
Go to the movies with your 44.
Break it down.
Nicholson, Stallone, and Bronson are here with Murphy, Whoopi, Goldie, and Gere. See Turner, Willis, Keaton, and more. No other station can touch. This fall on 44.
We asked the Women's Club of Homestead to show us how long it would take them to clip $57 worth of coupons. Then we asked the Kiwanis Club of Homestead to show us how long it would take them to clip $57 in coupons. While they were at it, we asked Randy of Atlantic Beach to show us how long it would take him to get $57 in coupons together. Publix Plus Value Club. Just sign up and save. You may even be faster than Randy.
Brand new 1990 Pontiacs. 37% off MSRP. Courtesy Pontiac in Tampa. Never before could you get over 1/3 off factory window sticker on a new car. Until now. Now, while 300 brand new 1990 Pontiac Le Mans last, courtesy's full delivered price is just $47.88. $47.88. After $488 down, you own your new Le Mans for just $99 a month. Courtesy on the corner of Hillsborough and Dale Mabry, Tampa.
Paul Kennedy's alongside Bob Alvarez down at the Tampa Bay sideline. Welcome back on Channel 44. And hello, Ocala and Gainesville watching.
I thought Bobby Bowden was the only fella in this state that ran reverses. Ray Perkins taking a page out of the FSU head coach's book with that reverse to Peebles.
Here we go. Christie set to kick it off. He'll only take 3.5 steps. Like a soccer ball. And it gets away from Paul Palmer into the end zone, and quickly Andre Riley says, no, stay right there. So Phil Cox will come out at quarterback again, the free agent out of Syracuse. But let's take another look at that reverse as Harvey hands it off to Peoples.
Yeah, this ought to be a Florida State garnet and gold razzle-dazzle play. But again, the linebacker, Ogletree, gets sucked in 52 to the right of your screen, and Peoples with that world-class speed.
Hey, did you see Carlson hanging on to his jersey? Carlson at the left hand.
That's a quarterback block. Those count. That's a touch block. You don't think that he'll be hearing about that in films.
Here come the Bengals. They only trail it by 4. The Bucs have 205 yards in total offense. Cincinnati 123. Phil Cox 4 out of 5 for 44. Harold Green cracks it around the left side. Up over the 20, up near the 23.
Second all-time leading rusher in South Carolina football history. Stopped by Sean Lee.
And there's our first look tonight at the #1 draft pick, Keith McCants, the rookie out of Alabama.
Probably the premier defensive player in college football a year ago. And he came with a price tag that everyone believes he's well worth it.
Phil Cox looks on 2nd and 7. Good ball. Incomplete. Nice hit at the 35-yard line. Bobby Futrell.
Yeah, and Phil Cox may be in the backfield in pieces because he just got introduced to Keith McCants on the blitz from his backside. Here comes McCants with the head of steam. He let him have it. The pass was a bit short, and a great defensive play over the back by Futrell.
The rookie out of Arizona State took a hit too, Lynn James. There's Phil Cox. He's up and he's okay. Keith McCants, of course, missed 5 days of camp.
Number 78, lined up in the neutral zone. Offense. Penalty refused. 3rd down.
Well, that's Anthony Munoz.
You can't call something like that on a guy that's been to the Pro Bowl 9 consecutive years.
If he bends over, he's in the neutral zone.
That's the premier, perhaps the premier offensive lineman of all time, and they just called a penalty on him.
Wouldn't want to take him to an all-you-can-eat salad bar, would you? 3rd and 7. Phil Cox, lone running back. Blitz is on. He dances up the middle. Oh, he could have run. Complete at the 33. Finds Eddie Brown on a comeback. He could have run for the first down, and he had Brown out there to block for him.
Yeah, but I'm very impressed, are you not, Jim, with the poise by Phil Cox. He has been super coming on in relief of Esiason. Watch him step up. You see Thomas crashing from the outside. Munoz all wrapped around him. He dodges Cannon there and then fires to Brown for the first down.
Cannon didn't do much. Good blocking by Scott Jones, 77 out of Washington in his 2nd year. Phil Cox now 5 out of 7 for 53 yards. Bengals looking at 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. 5:40 to go before halftime. Around the right side, the rookie Harold Green. Maybe 2. Sean Lee submarined him.
Did you watch the game today from Berlin between the Chiefs and the Rams near the Berlin Wall?
I must confess I was watching a little bit of the PGA golf since I was up near your old stomping grounds at Shoal Creek yesterday.
Sean Lee goes to the wall this summer and with his bare hands rips a chunk out of the Berlin Wall. That's a strong guy.
Who's going to stop him? 2nd and 7. 5:05 to go. Phil Cox bends in. Green at running back. Riley, James, Wellsand are the wideouts. A little misdirection. Eric Ball dives across the 35 up near the 37-yard line. Keith McCants on the stop. Keith came into camp. He said, I've got to learn the system before I can go out there and turn up the volume. I've got to take it step by step. But he was excited about getting in there. He said, this is only a preseason game, but I've got my adrenaline flowing.
Yeah, you see the brace on his right leg? He had arthroscopic surgery after being drafted by the Bucs. He says he's 100%, although he has missed camp, has missed time in camp because of it.
Is that a brace or a money belt? 3rd and 2. Wilcox works with Eric Ball in the backfield. Eric's got the ball, and the Bucs have him. I don't think so. Sam Ano.
The top special teams player in all the NFL last year made the play there, stepped in the hole, shot him down.
Sam Wyche, though, not at all flustered. They're looking at special situations. They've got decisions to make. Lee Johnson, the punter, out of BYU. And back deep for Tampa Bay, that's number 21, Cooper. 7th year out of Michigan.
A Plan B guy they picked up from Atlanta.
A lot of Plan C guys available for that franchise. Front office there should be a Plan D. At the 17, Cooper. And the ex-Wolverine bounced backwards.
Yeah, that was Ed Brady, L.A. Ed, the top special teams player for Cincinnati on the stuff.
Well, Carlson and company will get another chance. The last drive resulted in a touchdown. Bengals on the short end. They trail Tampa Bay by 4.
Pizza Hut Delivery presents the $4 pizza deal.
Wait. What you're telling me is our first pizza is
Regular price.
and up to 4 more pizzas are each?
$4.
What about a pepperoni lovers?
Regular price.
And a sausage pizza?
$4.
How about 3 super supremes?
Regular price, $4.
5 meat lovers pizza?
Regular price, $4. $4.
For a limited time, first pizza regular price up to 4 more, just $4 each.
Okay, how about 3 supremes, a stealth bomber, and a pepperoni lovers?
Regular price, $4. $500 million, $4.
Because at this time of year, you can't hide inside a sweater.
It's the right beer now.
Because you know what to do when good times are on the line.
It's the right beer now.
After working hard to take it off, you don't want to put it back on. Reach for the silver bullet, the one that won't slow you down.
It's the right beer now. Oh, yeah.
We've placed these 2 similar 4x4s in this swamp to see if there's any real difference. Sure, they both have lots of luggage space, plenty of room for 5, and don't think the Gators haven't noticed, but only the Isuzu Trooper has auto-locking hubs, so you don't have to get out to get into 4-wheel drive. So, combined with its very low price, we see that only the Trooper won't cost you an arm and a leg. The Isuzu Trooper at just $13,699. There's no comparison.
Paul Kennedy, you were talking about Jeff Carlson. Isn't it funny how some of the better quarterbacks come from lesser-known schools?
Yeah, it really is. And here is Carlson out of Weber State with a lot of poise. You know, Phil Simms came out of Morehead State in Kentucky. Ray Perkins took him. Found him out of nowhere. He became a Super Bowl winner for him.
Neil Lomax out of Portland State, another one. Great career. 1st and 10 for the Bucs. They lead 14-10. Put it down at their own 23. Carlson, the southpaw, slings it out. Caught at the 30-yard line. Chris Ford, the rookie out of Lamar.
Nice timing route to the boundary. Carlson with poise, and Ford holds on to it.
Bengals now have changed from a 3-4 to a 4-3. 4 down linemen.
Almost 5 if you count Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, he counts twice. He is number 96.
And that, my friend, looks to be Mr. Crumry in there.
Citizen and Harvey are the running backs for Citizen. Oh, yes. A slant in. Terry Anthony, the rookie out of Florida State.
Terry Anthony is the first Seminole in the history of the Buccaneers to be drafted out of FSU. They've never taken a player from Florida State, and he has great hands. Not great speed. He runs about a 4.8, but he can catch it, as he shows you there, in traffic. One of the Fab Four members of a year ago for Florida State.
Carlson now 4 out of 6. That last one for 18 yards. He's got 84 yards. Jeff is showing the coaching staff, right, that forget about Chandler. I want that job.
He'll stand in the pocket now.
That time, I think, a little confusion between Chris Ford, the rookie, and Jeff Carlson.
Yeah, there's so many different routes that a wideout will run at the line of scrimmage depending on the coverage. Harvey got out there too, and you could see that Carlson was throwing to his spot. Best guess, Ford went right when he should have gone left.
And as you look at the time remaining, we're talking about Chris Chandler, who came over in the trade with the Indianapolis Colts. And, of course, he pretty well has got that second quarterback spot nailed down. He would, of course, like to compete for number one. Ray Perkins said he wouldn't have it any other way. Otherwise, he wouldn't have traded for the so-and-so guy. 2nd and 10. Penalty flag has yet to be checked out. John Harvey on the carry, but he barely got it back to the 50-yard line in the grasp of Craig Patterson. Just to pick up, Paul, on that quarterback story for a second. Now, that brings up backups David Smith and Todd Hamill. What are their chances?
Hamill had a great college career. Another guy that Ray found at a small college. Took him in the 12th round out of Stephen F. Austin, the Southland Conference Player of the Year. Threw for close to 6,000 yards. And David Smith, the
98 defense, offside, 5-yard penalty, repeat the second down.
David Smith was a graduate assistant coach at Alabama a year ago, so probably Hamill and Smith will not be around much longer. Carlson, Chandler, Testaverde, more than likely your three here at Tampa Bay.
Hamill was 4 out of 8, 89 yards, and threw the winning touchdown against the Dolphins in that controlled scrimmage. He's unwilling to concede his opportunity. He said, I guess they're going to look at Carlson, maybe being the third stringer, but if they give me and Dave a shot, I think we'll show him that we can play in this league too. He said he's not ready to pack it in just yet. We'll take a timeout. We're at the 2-minute warning with the Bucs leading the Bengals by 4.
Ernie Hare, Ford Jeep Eagle Tampa presents a spectacular year-end clearance. Get our famous mega volume discount, factory rebates, and now an extra 10% profit discount and an extra 10% over allowance on your trade. Deals 20% better than any competition. Now at Tampa Bay's #1 volume dealer, Ernie Hare, Ford Jeep Eagle Tampa.
Hi, I'm Don Diamond of Royal Auto Body. Do you know of any auto body repair shop that will save you at least 50% of your deductible? Well, Royal Auto Body can do just that. For instance, if your insurance deductible is $500, the most you'll have to pay is $250 or less. Royal Auto Body offers top quality workmanship at the lowest prices. We are also the only one that will give you a 5-year written guarantee. So come on down and see us for a free estimate and for a deal that just cannot be beat. We're in Pinellas Park on 49th Street, just south of Park Boulevard.
Get it while it's hot, Tampa Bay. Buddy Buy Right, Florida's rent-to-own leader, is serving up some of the hottest products at sizzling summer prices. Grab yourself a beautiful 25-inch color television with remote control for just $13.95 per week. Or you can rent-to-own this heavy-duty washer for just $11.95 per week. 100-watt stereo systems from $13.95 per week. Buddy Buy Right offers instant approval with no credit check. Get on down to any of Buddy Buy Right's 15 locations today. Buddy Buy Right, Florida's first choice in rent-to-own.
That is the Buccaneers' brand new $5 million investment, the Jumbotron. During the ball game, fans can see the game as it is being played. They can also watch replays. Some comments from the fans: great, we love it. What took so long? Players don't mind it either. They're watching the game, especially the replays. Jim?
That screen is 24 by 32, state-of-the-art instant replay, and, of course, advertising between plays. It'll pay for itself quickly. Carlson backpedals on 2nd and 5. Chased out of the pocket, floats one up, and it is caught and then dropped out of bounds. Did he hang on? Terry Anthony, what do they say? Oh, yes, give it to him at the 30.
We may have our first replay official review of 1990 on this.
What a toss, 29 yards by Carlson, and then the extra effort by Terry Anthony to come down with his feet inbounds.
Carlson said he could scramble, rolling to his natural left side. Watch Anthony, the hands. Has it there. Yeah, that's a catch.
Boy, did he make a great effort to get both feet down inbounds. Chris Barber was back there in the coverage. Carlson now 5 out of 8, 102 yards. One of those, of course, to John Harvey for 55 yards.
Should read 152. Thank you.
Mr. Barth in mid-season form caught 3 seconds slipping away.
Obviously does not have a tight connection on his airplane tonight. Here comes Jeff Carlson. 6'3", 215. 1st and 10 from the 29 of Cincinnati. They're showing that 4-3 front again. Back Citizen and Harvey. It's Harvey. Not much doing behind John Bruin and Harry Swain. David Grant penetrated.
A fine defensive play there on the bottom by Grant, who stood his ground. Bruin's having a tough time tonight.
And, of course, this is what the preseason is all about. Ordinarily, when they're in the 2-minute drill, 91 seconds left to go before halftime, you'd be throwing the ball. But, again, they're looking at certain situations, certain players. On that one, John Harvey, and obviously John Bruin, too.
Yeah, if you have a dozen running backs and you think they can all play, you can't sit in there and throw the ball. You got to keep it on the ground and give them a shot.
Harvey and Citizen stay in there. Harvey ships over the left side. Carlson pumps, picked off. The ball, his arm was partially grabbed. That's Natu. Pretty good hand. Maybe it hit him in the breadbasket.
Natu has pigskin and an interception. Carlson gets hit from behind, causing that to go offline. Well, no. Just short-armed it a bit and got knocked over in the two, didn't it? Took a belly shot there. He got up and ran with it. See Carlson again. It just slips out. I don't think Fulcher got a piece of it on the safety blitz.
I think he hit his shoulder because the ball was not on much of a trajectory there. And Natu comes up with it. There's Chandler. Chris not even in shoulder pads, but he is on the sideline. So with 61 seconds to go, the Bengals get a break. Bucks have used all of their timeouts. They're nursing a 4-point lead. There's the situation. And, of course, next week, don't forget to join us on Saturday night, August the 11th, live from the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville. Bucks take on the Patriots of New England. They've got a new head coach. We'll start things off with a special live pregame edition, countdown to kickoff, followed by the game at 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Be interesting to see what kind of ball club Rod Rust will have in his first year in New England. They got throttled, did they not, earlier in the week? Beaten by the Steelers, 30-14. Held only 2 yards rushing.
Terry Philcox at quarterback, 1st and 10, 61 seconds left to go. Taylor's the lone running back. Obviously, they've got 75 yards to go. They'll throw for it. There's Eddie Brown. And the veteran, he knows what to do. He dances out of bounds up near the 40-yard line. That's a first down. Chased out by Winston Moss.
In 4 of the last 5 seasons, Eddie Brown has caught more than 50 passes. A tremendous wideout. 52 a year ago. Ran the crossing route. Isolated with the linebacker. And even a guy the caliber of Moss. An alumni meeting there. They both went to the University of Miami. Moss couldn't keep up with it.
Ex-Hurricane, a first-round pick back in '85, 260 career catches. He averages 17.5 yards a catch. That one was for 13 yards. Philcox, 6 out of 8 for 66. Spotted at the 40. Interesting play call there, and nothing into something. A pickup of 7 hard yards for Craig Taylor out of West Virginia, 6th-round pick last year. He had 3 touchdowns last year for the Bengals. He just kept those knees churning, and his nickname is Rhino. He showed you why there.
Yeah, like a cinder block coming off the left side. He was shivering guys as he slanted off the left side.
2nd and 4 coming up, worth another look.
Now watch this. He's passing the lick rather than taking it behind Munoz. And boom, boom, Randall finally drags him down. Another look at it. Good size, the West Virginia Mountaineer out of that fullback slot. Simple handoff. Munoz just pushed Cannon out of the way, didn't he? And there was the hole for Taylor.
Boom. Are you Madden or Vital?
Boom, boom.
44 seconds left to go. There is Mr. Taylor, nicknamed Rhino. 2nd year out of West Virginia, ex-Mountaineer. He's carried 4 times, 31 yards. There on the sideline, the brain trust. He's back to his own offensive coordinator now. Philcox spreads out his offense. James and Riley and Brown and Garrett, the wideouts, the flood formation. Taylor, the only running back. Better hurry. Behind Eddie Brown. Cooper was in the vicinity, and that's being kind.
Yeah, they just got rid of the ball, did Philcox. You said he better hurry, and the whole play was hurry. Just bring it back, no harm done.
Let's talk a little bit about the secondary of Tampa Bay. We talked about Mark Carrier, a holdout. He will sign on Monday. Offensive linebacker, or outside linebacker Kevin Murphy, of course, is also signed as a holdout. But the corners, Ricky Reynolds and Rod Jones. So some inexperience on the corners. That's where the veterans in the middle can really help out.
Yeah, when you open with Rice and Futrell rather than Reynolds.
Phil Cox on a rope, and down at the 44-yard line goes Andre Riley. Are you surprised at the holdouts now? Rod Jones off of last year. He's not exactly figuring into Ray Perkins' starting plans right now.
No, but Ricky Reynolds is. And Kevin Murphy, too, who had a career best year in 1989, the linebacker. If he comes in there, Ray Perkins has, what is he going to do in his linebacking core? Look at all this talent he has there.
You might suspect Rod Jones better get his behind back in camp, or he'll be gone on the highway. 35 seconds to go from the 44 of Tampa Bay. The Bengals trail by 4. Phil Cox reads the blitz, fires, caught, dropped, loose football, and the Bucs have got it. Tampa Bay comes up. It was caught and then dropped. Randall came up with it. Riley dropped it. Watch the hit.
By the veteran safety men Hamilton and Robinson. Hamilton 39 in your picture. Here comes the lick. The former Nittany Lion strips it. And there too, hop it on the back.
Oh,
poke it free. That was Eric Everett. Another angle. It was a completion. And then the ball came free.
And there is Viper to fall on it.
The turnover's now balanced.
Now, an interesting situation. Ray Perkins has 27 seconds to go with. There's the officials, a discussion. This may be after further review.
After a review of instant replay, the call stands. First down.
Out of that man's mind, look at Sam. He says, get that hand out of my face. Now, what do you do with the ball? Do you sit on it? You lead by 4?
Oh, why not? Let's throw the ball downfield. And he has 3 wideouts in position to do that.
Carlson will put it up. Looks to the left, looks to the right, comes back to the right, bumped out of bounds at the 38-yard line. That will be a reception. He was inbounds and hammered out. Chris Ford. Well, if Sam Wyche didn't like the last call, he's going to hate this one.
Carlson has pinpoint accuracy. Up the ladder, and indeed shoved out of bounds
by Mitchell Price.
Here's Ford. Just looking to see if he could get the feet down. He could have come down. Isn't Carlson impressive?
Good call by the officials right there. Jeff Carlson, 20 seconds left. At the Bengals 36 to the left sideline. Comes back over the middle. It's batted, and is it intercepted? No, it's dropped. Terry Anthony. Terry Anthony had it, gave it the volleyball drill, and we'll get the field goal team.
Yeah, hummed on a line from Carlson, Jim. Watch this. A rare drop by Anthony and nearly picked off by Wilcox. Does he snatch it? Yes or no?
Nope.
No.
Clearly on the ground. 14 seconds left to go. Steve Christie, the rookie, out of Wyoming. Mark Royals will spot it at the 45 or the 44. Tack on the 10 of the end zone. Snap, spot, kick on its way. Is it good? Yes. Well now. What does that do, Donald Igwe-Buike? A 54-yard field goal.
I ought to tell you something. In camp a week ago, Christie against the Miami Dolphins in a controlled scrimmage had 3 that never got off the ground. They were pitiful looking. I said, this kid is going back to Canada. Ray Perkins sticks with him. Rodney Stokes, the special teams coach, works with him all week. And in 1 week, they turn him around. We're in front of 50,000 folks with time running out. He boots a 54-yarder. Pretty big week in his pro football career.
His last year in college, when he was a cowpoke out at Wyoming, he hit 29 or 21 of 30. Or William and Mary, excuse me. 21 of 30 in his last year. 8 seconds left to go. How important was that fumble recovery by the Viper, Randall?
And the completion to Ford, belted out of bounds.
Ford has shown a little moxie in hanging in there, but that's what the rookie wide receivers have to do to even make the cut and be around next week. 54-yard field goal, 3 plays, 25 yards, 19 seconds, 17-10 your score on Channel 44. Hello again, Ocala. Hello again, Gainesville. Hope you're enjoying the game. Paul Palmer to the far side. Andre Riley to the near side. And here's Christie getting a workout. This one is end over end. It's Riley at the 4. Still on his feet, but moving laterally. Now goes back north-south and is upended near the 25-yard line by Lars Tate. 1 second left. Well, we'll see how far Wilcox can fling it.
If he chooses so to do. Haddix missed an open field special teams tackle, which will not go unnoticed.
Pretty impressive first half
by 2 reserve quarterbacks.
Well, the Bucs have their dime defense in, 6 defensive backs, anticipating Sam Wyche will put it up. Wilcox backpedals only 4 steps, throws to Eddie Brown. He's double teamed, sandwiched, and down he goes up near the 37-yard line, and that'll do it. Rodney Rice was there. Pretty good job in containing a 6-year veteran out of Miami, Eddie Brown. So the 2 teams will cross and head to their respective locker rooms in a pretty good first half of football. We'll take a timeout on Channel 44 and come right back with the Bucs leading the Bengals by 7. There's your score at halftime.
The half payment sale is on now at James Pontiac GMC in Brandon. Half payments mean great savings to you. Own a GMC S15 Jimmy, $148 a month. It's got V6, power steering and brakes. James GMC S15 Jimmy, $148 a month. Own a GMC Sierra pickup, only $123 a month. $123 includes power steering. GMC Sierra, $123 a month. Half payment sale now at James Pontiac GMC. Half payments, James Pontiac, Highway 60 Brandon. If you're happy, we're happy.
I think that people should expect honest, direct answers from their lawyer. I do the worrying for the client. I'm here to help people. I'll fight for my client's rights. I'm board certified by the Florida Bar as a civil trial lawyer. Less than 3% of all lawyers can say that.
Jeff Steiner, a serious lawyer for serious injuries.
Why spend thousands on a new car when all you really need is an engine or transmission replaced? Sound expensive? Not when you buy from your friendly, barely used auto parts dealer. Your barely used auto parts dealer can save you hundreds of dollars over a new or rebuilt engine, transmission, or other drivetrain components. Your car will run like new, and you'll save thousands at the barely used auto parts dealer nearest you.
Available at Brandon Auto Salvage, State Road 60, 3 miles east of Brandon, 689-8131.
Paul Kennedy, a very good first half of football. Bucs lead by 7 at halftime, but if you look for a standout, hey, Jeff Carlson.
Absolutely. We were talking at the start of the telecast tonight about new kids on the block. Carlson, the quarterback, was superb. How about Christie trying to unseat Donald Igwebuikwe? Kicks the 54-yarder, and Ian Beckles. Let's go back to the start of the game, too. That right guard sure had a solid first half for the Bucs.
How about Rodney Rice? He's not done a bad job at the corner either. So we'll take a timeout, come back with the second half kickoff. Paul and Bob and myself on Channel 44. Your score at the half. Ray Perkins and his Bucs, 17. Sam Wyche and his Bengals, 10.
Saturday night, the Buccaneers are back in action on your 44, 8 p.m. WTOG proudly presents the Bucs' second preseason game, Buccaneers-Patriots. It'll be a hot night in the Gator Bowl, and New England's new head coach had better run for cover because the Bucs want a piece of the Patriots. Live, your seats reserved on the 50-yard line. So turn on Bucs football. WTOG, Saturday night at 8 on your 44.
Our first run-in with termites was in our first home nearly 20 years ago. We were newlyweds then. We'd only been in the home 15 months when we decided to replace the carpeting in the living room. What we found underneath just about broke my wife's heart, and we had to borrow thousands of dollars to cover the cost of repairs. Since then, we've always relied on Sears to protect our home from termites. Some lessons you only need to learn once.
Don't risk your home. Call Sears Pest Control today for a free termite inspection.
I got to keep this thing running right, believe me. So I'm headed for that new discount auto parts store. They have sensational grand opening savings.
Get grand opening savings at the brand new Discount Auto Parts store on 6th Avenue in Wauchula. On Saturday only, in Wauchula only, all motor oil is 50% off our everyday low prices. Save 50%. Half price oil on Saturday in Wauchula.
I save on everything I need at Discount Auto Parts because if this van has a problem, I have a problem.
We're going to be late.
No, we're not.
Paul Kennedy's alongside. I'm Jim Kelly. Bob Alvarez from Channel 44. As we welcome you back, the Bucs are on top over the Bengals by 7. 17-10 is your score. There are the halftime statistics, and of course, 159 yards, 40 more yards in passing. Big difference on the scoreboard is the 7 points. But look at total yards, not that far. Big difference, the turnover.
If there's one thing that Ray Perkins will be disappointed in is the fact that he wants it a little more balanced than that. But you take away the big hitter that Carlson had, 2 of those, and it's pretty much balanced in the first 2 quarters.
Now some first half highlights for you here. The Bengals, little touchdown dive.
Yeah, that was touchdown number 1 for him in this football game. And Harold Green from 3 yards out. And here come the Bucs, a little razzle-dazzle. On the reverse, Harvey handing to look at. There goes Danny Peebles, and Carlson with a lookout block, and Peebles galloping into the end zone for 6.
And then, of course, that 54-yard field goal by Christie. That capped off the scoring to make it 17-10. Here's Carlson. Now watch the left-hand vulture right there. And the ball is a little bit of a dying duck. And there is Natu in the bread basket.
Hit him right between the 9 and the 6 and knocked him down. Watch him get right back up. Let's go, guys. He's being fought for the football there by Solomon Wilcots, but Natu wins that tussle and then goes head over heels with, I guarantee you, he held on to that, went back and put it in his locker at halftime.
Hey, pretty good right there. John Harvey, right? Shows that he can go both ways, upending Natu. Now at the other side, watch the hit, and Viper falls on the ball. Randall right there.
Everett had popped it loose along with Hamilton, and the Bucs earned the big turnover that would enable them to set up Christie, as you mentioned, Jim, for that 54-yard cannon shot.
So both of the teams have come out of their respective locker rooms. Quarterbacks are warming up down on the sideline. The band clearing the field. And, of course, at the far end of the stadium, Jumbotron is all cranked up for half number 2. We hope you are, too. We'll come back on Channel 44 with Bucs preseason football.
The Toyota versus the Isuzu standard pickup. If Earth were invaded by giant reptiles, which would be better prepared?
Get out of here!
Well, first of all, the Isuzu gets better mileage than Toyota. That's helpful. Plus, it has the biggest payload in its class, so it can carry more. All in all, when the giant lizards come, I'd rather be in an Isuzu.
Because it even has more legroom. The Isuzu pickup at just $7,779, there's no comparison.
5 different meats piled on 2 medium pizzas. For some, it's a dream. For others, their worst nightmare. Little Caesar's new Pizza Pizza. 5 different meat toppings, all for $9.99. So why pay $9.99 for 1 meat pizza when you can get 2 for $9.99 at Little Caesar's? It's like getting 1 pizza free.
Pizza.
Participating sponsors for this Buccaneers telecast are SeaWorld Orlando, the Coors Brewery, and Busch Gardens Tampa.
Paul Kennedy on the defensive side of the ball. Anything grab you the first half as far as Tampa Bay is concerned?
I'll tell you, the one thing that stands out at me is how well Munoz played for Cincinnati, the 9-time Pro Bowler, and handled Broderick Thomas pretty well in the first half. That's, and us chit-chatting about it at the half, that's what I saw, and that's something certainly the Bucs are going to have to work on.
Just about set to go. Christie bangs this one deep. It is end over end, and it is 6 yards deep. Paul Palmer will field it there and say thanks, but no thanks.
Hey, how about Christie, huh? The one thing they wanted him to do was not hit the long field goal. That's not as important as put the ball in the end zone. It is conceivable he could make this team, and they would carry 2 kickers if Christie could put the ball into the end zone time in, time out.
Gelbaugh is the new quarterback for the Bengals, Paul.
Former Terrapin.
Out of Maryland, free agent. Christie's 54-yard field goal, a preseason Tampa Bay record, by the way. Motion to the far side. Dancing to the left goes Eric Ball, the ex-Bruin, and he is chopped down by Ray Seals.
A nice play by Ray, and he got hopping up. He liked that. There's a guy in Seals who never went to college. Ray Perkins found him playing semi-pro ball up in Syracuse, New York.
Working in a factory, too. Stan Gelbaugh. Backed up Boomer Esiason, 3 years in college, 6'3", 205. He looks over that Tampa Bay defense, 2nd and 13. Eric Ball, the lone running back. Brown and Garrett, the wideouts to the near side. Ball, he moves in behind Walter and Moyer, and in there on the tackle, his dad's a nuclear physicist, Sam Wyche.
Ball hit that hole so hard that Ano, with position, that dragged 2-3 yards.
Tough going home and having a meaningful conversation with your father over the dinner table. How those protons and neutrons, Dad?
X and O.
Gelbaugh brings the Bengals up, 3rd and a long 8. Drops the ball. And the Bucs drop Gelbaugh. Willie Wyatt, the rookie out of Alabama, all SEC 2 times.
Just a poor quarterback-center exchange, and it nearly results in the turnover. See the ball come shooting out. That was Paul Jetton, the center, and Gelbaugh is dead to rights.
So it brings up a punting situation for the Bengals, and the Bucs will get the ball back and enjoy good field position. Cooper for Tampa Bay at his own 42. Lee Johnson out of BYU. Line drives it. Cooper on the dead run at the 45, the 50, the 45. Dives down inside the 41. The Bucs get great field position. Chris Barber on the stop. 12:51 to go in the 3rd. And Tampa Bay's first possession of the 2nd half when we come back to Tampa Stadium. The Bucs leading the Bengals by 7. Jeff Carlson stays in at quarterback. Again, Vinny Testaverde went the first quarter. Carlson very impressive in the second stanza. He's got Danny Peebles, who scored on that reverse, and Frank Pillow, 3rd year out of Tennessee, and they're at wideouts. And Reggie Cobb explodes over the middle. Wilcox hanging on.
You know what it means to an offensive lineman? If you can hold your blocks, this guy will find the hole. He goes right. Everything is closed, but Swain 70 has pinned him back, and here comes Cobb back the other way. That's a guy that's been a tailback throughout his career, now moved to fullback with great lateral quickness.
Carlson, you're looking at Jeff right there, 6 out of 11, 127 yards, 1 interception, not his fault. Ball deflected. Motion by Peebles, top of your screen. Penalty flag is down, and inside the 30, so is Reggie Cobb, the number 2 draft pick.
It's going to be holding, and it's going to be on either Carl Watts or Dan Graham, guard and center respectively.
You know, in talking with Reggie Cobb, he said the key word is really speed, the biggest difference between college ball and the NFL. He said it's really unbelievable.
Holding offense, number 65, 10-yard penalty, repeat the 2nd half.
They both held on the play, Jim. Just pick one.
Danny Graham, 65. Said it's unbelievable the difference. Everybody in the NFL is built for size and speed. In college, you'd have big men, but not always have the speed to go with it.
There are a few balls here this evening. You see the penalties beginning to pile up. Carl Zander, Tennessee linebacker playing for Cincinnati, has distinguished himself in a young NFL career.
Bruce Perkins, the rookie out of Arizona State, checks back in, number 32. He's got it. And the Bengals have him. Jason Buck out of BYU, a Bengal first-round pick in '87. Tim Crumry right in there again. Metal rod in his left leg, you'd never know it.
White checking out. Good play, too, on the defensive end by Leo Barker to seal it off, string it out.
Terry Anthony, the rookie wideout out of Florida State, number 18, checks in. There was what the Bucs have done on third down conversions. Not sure that's a meaningful stat.
Not in a game like this.
Not sure it's meaningful in a regular game. It's where you are on the field. 3rd and 12. And a first down and maybe a touchdown. John Harvey, no. Caught from behind by Wilcott. And what a toss by Carlson. You think he favors going to the right?
The left-hander. Barker, the linebacker, number 53, to the left of your screen. Made the play the snap before. Watch this. Here. Beaten. And out of the backfield, Harvey with speed gets away from him. That's 2 big catches Harvey has made this evening.
And he's also played well on specialty teams.
Yeah, you're right.
3 receptions, 88 yards. The last one from 29. Spotted at the 13. Bucs on the move. Peebles wide to the top of your screen. Hall comes down to the near side along with Jesse Anderson, the other tight end. Cobb is in there at running back. Carlson with the audible. Cobb. Bengals collect Reggie up near the 12. Leo Barker, the first to arrive in his 7th year out of New Mexico State.
And that's his 3rd consecutive play. He has been in there trying to atone for that situation a moment ago when Harvey just ran away from him.
Speaking of atoning, Reggie Cobb, you know the story. Some say a draft day gamble. Had a suspension at Tennessee. Some say it takes a lot for Johnny Majors to suspend any kind of a player. Reggie spent his time at the John Lucas Fitness Center in Houston and stayed on extra time and actually served as a counselor. How's that for the extra effort? 2nd and 9. Carlson can run. Dumps it off. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ron Hall.
When a quarterback is capable of scrambling and the defense knows it, the linebackers have to come up and respect that. Hall will get open. Right there, all alone. 6.
What reaction by Jeff Carlson, the youngster out of Weber State. Now watch, he's looking to the right, looking for help, and then against the flow, he's a left-hander running to his right, comes back across the body and finds Hall. Touchdown. Christie again. He's had some night. He's been perfect. Out of Mark Royal's hold. 9:49 left to go in the 3rd. The Bucs beating the Bengals big, 24-10.
At the St. Petersburg Times, press operators had to wait while pages were sent by hand from an office miles away. But then, with the help of GTE, they came up with a way to send those pages over fiber optic phone lines, saving precious time and money. You see, at GTE, it's not just communications we offer, it's solutions. Call us. We deliver.
You know, I bought my Toyota Camry because 3 separate mechanics, Fred, Jeff, and Kevin, told me the Camry was a really reliable car.
Now he waves when he goes by the shop, but he doesn't stop. Can't believe you told him to buy such a reliable car.
They were right. My Camry's been really dependable.
I didn't tell him to buy one. I said they were reliable. You did too.
He'll never see me again.
No use crying over spilled milk.
I love what you do for me, Toyota.
Wouldn't it be great if you were center ring facing the great Garbanzo in the wrestling match of the year? And wouldn't it be great if the sponsor was a beer? A really great beer like Keystone, the fresh cold filtered beer in a can that tastes like beer in a bottle because of Keystone's specially lined can. And wouldn't it be great if Garbanzo excused himself and you left with his manager, the lovely Darlene? Cold filtered Keystone and Keystone Light. Bottled beer taste in a can. Wouldn't that be great?
A terrific turnout at Tampa Stadium. They've got a reason to be turned on. That score and the way Jeff Carlson has moved this football club.
The new kids on the block teaming with the veterans. This is supposed to be, we are told, an all-time, well, a preseason record, the best crowd in 3-4 years here, better than 50,000 this evening. They have sold 6,000 season tickets, Jim, this week alone.
They will sell a few more after this effort. Christie, he banged his last one 6 yards deep in the end zone. Paul Palmer is back deep along with Harold Green. This one is 5 yards deep, and they'll bring it out. Palmer, how about that? Stutters to the 14. And listen to the crowd for Christie's kickoff. Lars Tate on the tackle.
Tate has a touchdown and a tackle there too, and Christie puts it into the end zone.
2 times in a row. Gelbach remains the quarterback. Gelbach. He backed up Boomer Esiason 3 years at Maryland. So the ex-Terp works with Taylor and Green. Safety valves it out. He's got Green. Green against the grain, falls forward up near the 20. Knee went down at the 19. Keith McCants fell on it.
A high percentage pass, and when you take that in, you go back to the center of the field and hope to catch the defense coming back against the grain. They want to get Gelbaugh here in a groove, getting going. They got the convoy out front. Now right back to the center of the field. That's the way you want to go.
2nd down and 5. Gelbaugh. 2 running backs, Taylor and Green. Big hole left side opened up by Moyer, and Harold Green dances on through it. Najarian on the hit.
Pete Najarian's been a special teams demon since coming here from Minnesota. He had to make the stop, but not before the Bengals pick up the first. That's some great offensive line work for Sam Wyche's troops right now on that left side. There's a gaping hole.
Najarian in his 3rd year, the ex-Gopher out of Minnesota. His dad, chief of surgery at the Minnesota Medical Center.
He and Ano's dad ought to get together.
Oh, what a hit! Oh, Willie Wyatt. Say hello to Craig Taylor. That's Excedrin headache number 5. Loose ball in Tampa Bay, Gene Barth says, has it. Looked like a rugby scrum down there at the 25-yard line. Willie Wyatt, a 6-footer, 270 pounds out of Alabama. Watch the hit on Taylor, number 20. Ouch.
Maybe 6 feet tall, a bowling ball, and whoom, he lets him have it with that right shoulder and comes away with the football too. Najarian fell on it. You know, Wyatt played behind Kurt Jarvis in high school in Alabama. Played behind him at the University of Alabama, and here is a threat to make this team playing behind Jarvis as a rookie.
And watch, well, we don't see it, but it's Cooper that comes over the top and gives you his Dwight Stones impersonation. They faked the reverse this time, and keeping it around the right side is Derek Douglas. Well, it worked for a touchdown before the end of the first half to Peebles. Carlson now 8 of 13, 168 yards, 1 interception. Again, it wasn't his fault, and 1 touchdown to Hall. And how high the coach is on Mr. Hall.
Ray Perkins says that he may be the best tight end in the National Football League. The 4-year veteran, the former 4th-round draft choice, who hauled in 80 passes a year ago.
And Raymond, you know him well. The coach is not given to that kind of accolade too often.
30 passes he caught a year ago.
2nd and 7. All on his own. Douglas again. There was no hole. Actually, the defense overran.
He ought to have taps on the bottom of those shoes, the way he danced there. How many backs does Tampa Bay have in camp? You have a rookie here out of Louisiana Tech, a former honorable mention All-American there, who rushed for better than 2,500 yards in his college career. He can dance up the middle, can he?
He danced into the arms of Carl Zander in his 6th year out of Tennessee. Ray Perkins, the last time they played the Bengals, well, it was Perkins' debut along with that of Vinny Testaverde. Douglas again around the right side. The last time they met at preseason. Of course, last year they were handed a pretty good shellacking.
Yeah, disaster. Surrendered a season-high 56 points. Perkins has given Douglas a lot of work right now, isn't it? Seeing what he can do.
Well, Ray said before the game that they would play most of their line guys the first quarter, try to win the game, of course, but not at the expense of getting a look at the younger guys. Then he kind of drew some chuckles the other day. He said, hopefully we'll get everybody into the game who dresses. We never do, but we'll try.
He certainly got a good look at Steve Christie tonight, and if he can't play here, that young man can play somewhere in the NFL.
Royals will spot it down at the 24, a 34-yard try, hash mark far side, and yes, well, a 34-yarder to go along with the Bucs preseason record 54-yarder, and Tampa Bay on top. The Bucs beating the Bengals by 17.
The countdown is on at Quinlan Chevrolet. 8% over invoice, 4, 2, even 2% under invoice. Quinlan countdown now. Own a new Camaro, add $79.77. $79.77 gives you a new Camaro with air, V8, and more. And you get a free trip for two anywhere United flies in the 48 states, Canada, or Mexico. New Camaro, free trip for two, $79.77. Quinlan countdown down to 2% under invoice. At Quinlan Chevrolet Geo, Highway 19 South Clearwater, we're going to make you happy.
When your heat pump or air conditioner needs repair, who can you call for fast, professional service? Call Cox Heating and Air, your 5-star Carrier dealer in Pinellas and Pasco counties. Computerized radio dispatching means a Cox serviceman can be at your home within minutes with the equipment to do the job right the first time, any make or model. Dependable, courteous service 24 hours a day. The next time your air conditioning needs repair or maintenance, call Cox Heating and Air, your 5-star Carrier dealer.
Sir, this is one of the few businesses that doesn't advertise in the GTE everything pages. Why is that?
Well, this is Mom's restaurant. And this is Mom. She's a great cook. But if I advertised in the book people actually use, this place would be packed. I don't think either one of us wants that on our conscience. Do we?
Businesses that want to be successful advertise in the GTE everything pages. Those that don't.
They are whooping it up in Tampa Bay. 27-10 is your score. It has been all Ray Perkins' club. As you look at that scoring drive, 34-yard field goal after Willie Wyatt really put a hit on the Cincinnati Bengals. Turnovers going against the Bengals. Here's Christie. Let's see how far this one goes. If he puts this in the end zone, he'll get a standing ovation. It'll be 3 in a row. End over end, and at the 1, it's dribbled by Paul Palmer. Odie Harris, the first Tampa Bay Buccaneer to arrive. Paul Palmer's not endearing himself to the specialty teams coaches. He dribbled that one, took one 5 yards deep, and ran it out the last time.
Yeah, it has been an unfortunate professional career for Paul Palmer. Highly touted out of Temple. You know the story, the runner-up to Vinny Testaverde for the Heisman, drafted by the Chiefs. They waived him. Taken by Detroit. They waived him. He was in Dallas for less than a year. And now Sam Wyche is trying to find a spot for him on this roster.
Well, let's see now. Gelbaugh returns. He has been ineffective in moving the Bengals. Wilcox did a pretty good job. Big hole up the middle, but they fake it. Gelbaugh fires. First down. Dropped at the 28. Incomplete. Well said. He forgot one important item. It's got Paul Tagliabue's signature on it.
Hey, Gelbaugh cannot get a break, can he? He was 3 downs and out when he had the bad snap from center, then the turnover, and here he finally clicks. Wide open, Welestad, puts it right on the money, and the tight end drops the football.
Oops, forgot one thing.
That was Tampa Bay's Keith McCants, beaten about 3 steps behind.
That's not a good sign when the tight end can beat your outside linebacker.
Your multi-million-dollar outside linebacker.
Well, Keith was probably thinking which savings and loan he wanted to invest in.
I like Broderick Thomas's comments. He said, well, last year I beat out, or pardon me, it was Winston Moss, the veteran. He said, last year I beat out Broderick Thomas. How about this year if I beat out Keith McCants? In my contract negotiations, okay, I'll sign a contract that says if I beat him out, I get his salary, and if I don't, I'll play for nothing.
Pretty good contract. Is this going to be one of those after further review? Well, he started to wave it off. Oh, wait a minute. We got a little face mask. And that, of course, is the reaction to Jumbotron, the $5 million Sony screen at the end zone.
Thought that was Natu's nickname. 2nd and
10 from the 13. Gelbaugh, backpedal, near side, caught. Nothing doing for Eric Ball. Eric Mike said, you know, when I played for Terry Donahue out of UCLA, we like to throw the ball down the field. Forget this little sideline east-west stuff.
And the only time he'd face a guy like Thomas was in a bowl game, perhaps. Broderick played it really soft, but came up to make the play defensively. Now Gelbaugh has 3rd and long.
From the 15, 3rd and 8. Bucks leading 27-10. Both teams have all 3 timeouts left. Green and Ball. Gelbaugh. Oh, what great pressure. Broderick Thomas. And listen to the crowd.
Four down linemen on that pass rush, their ears back, knowing that Cincinnati has to throw the ball, and the crash from the top of your screen, there is Broderick Thomas. Pressure applied, too, by Ray Seals up the middle.
Good time to send everybody. Lee Johnson back at his own goal line. Cooper standing at the 47 of the Bucks. Tampa Bay will come out of this with good field position. This one is a high pop-up. Cooper, oh, might have thought about the fair catch. In heavy traffic, shy of the 50-yard line. Chris Chandler, the first Bengal to arrive. We've got 3:53 left to go in the third. 27-10 is your score. Bucks ball when we come back.
Pizza Hut Delivery presents the $4 pizza deal.
Tell me, is our first pizza is
regular price.
And up to 4 more pizzas are each?
$4.
What about a pepperoni lovers?
Regular price.
And a sausage pizza?
$4.
5 meat lovers pizza.
Regular price, $4, $4, $4, $4.
First pizza regular price, up to 4 more, just $4 each.
Okay, how about 3 Supremes, a stealth bomber, and a pepperoni lovers?
Regular price, $4, $4, $500 million, $4.
Oh, good.
Hey, somebody say $4? I'm a buck.
I'm a buck.
You're a buck. You're a buck. I'm a buck. Huh?
If sunning, swimming's what you're digging, try Adventure Island's amphibian living.
We're slithering through the west so cool, just hanging loose and catching rays.
Amphibian living.
We twist through the new Caribbean corkscrew, splashing just to make some way. Amphibian living. Creatures made for swimming at Adventure Island.
Amphibian. Slim as them scales, dude.
Duke Cadillac in downtown St. Petersburg is proud to be a part of the Cadillac Summer Invitational. During this prestigious event, Cadillac is providing thousands of dollars in cash incentives on all 1990 Cadillacs. Do combine these incentives with their low overhead discounts for the lowest new Cadillac price of the year. Today through Thursday, brand new Coupe de Villes from only $22,850. Join the celebration. At $22,850, this Cadillac is now in your driving range, but only through Thursday. Duke Cadillac, downtown St. Petersburg.
Paul Kennedy's alongside. Bob Alvarez down on the sideline can hardly hear us. They are really whooping it up now in Tampa Bay, enjoying this contest. 3:53 left to go in the third. There is Jeff Carlson. He has been outstanding tonight. Some new jerseys. Number 9, the rookie out of Bethune-Cookman. That is Stevie Thomas. Ed Thomas, 86, in at wideout. Herb Duncan, 81, a wide receiver. And Ken DeWitt, number 6, in there at running back, along with Alvin Mitchell. Power football across the left side. The rookie out of Northwest Louisiana, Ken DeWitt, in the grasp of Leo Barker.
Leo Barker's made some plays this evening. Has he not? Been around the football. The first effort this evening by DeWitt starts right, cuts it back left. The rookie free agent out of Northwest Louisiana.
Look at those arms. Barker out of New Mexico State, 6'2", 230, a 7th-round pick back in '84. When he tackles you, he can talk to you in 3 languages. 2nd and 7. Carlson evens up Alvin Mitchell.
Man coverage.
Behind is spinning, diving Herb Duncan at the 40-yard line.
He looked up and saw that Duncan, who has outstanding speed, was one-on-one with the rookie Mitchell Price, and he wanted to go that way. The blitz was coming, and he had to be quick.
I'll tell you, if you're David Smith and Todd Hamill, you're waiting for a chance to play, to be back up to the backup, but Carlson's been pretty good.
Yeah, Perkins is going to keep 3 this year, 3 quarterbacks.
I'll bet one of them's Chandler.
You better, and one is Testaverde. What about this guy here, Carlson?
3rd and 7 from the shotgun. Terry Anthony, 18, the rookie, is also in now. Carlson over the middle, wide open. Wilcox beaten on the play and worth another look. Watch the trajectory now. Watch the muscle on the ball. Zip.
And look at the pass protection. Watts, Dill, Mayberry gave him all the time in the world to throw the football.
I think Chandler's over on the sideline saying, I should have gotten out of Jim Irsay's nut house a little earlier, dude.
Hey, Carlson has worked so hard in the offseason program. Ray Perkins said, Vinny goes a few series. Tonight's your night. Here's a guy making the most of his opportunity.
Carlson says to Ken DeWitt, check your playbook, and everybody's moving. Harvey now's got 4 catches, 112 yards. Carl Watts, the rookie out of North Carolina, the man that moved. Let's talk a little bit about Chris Chandler.
False start, 64 offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
He couldn't wait to get out of Indianapolis once the trade had been made. He said, here, you've got a young team that's similar to the Colts, but they're going in the right direction. They don't do things. There's Chris Chandler on the sideline quite the way they do for Mr. Irsay, Papa Bear and Baby Bear, I guess.
Well, he took it as a personal insult that he had started 16 games in the NFL and won 9 of them, and the Colts would go out and draft, or rather trade for Jeff George, his rights, and pay him a multi-zillion-dollar contract, and he hadn't taken a snap.
He says of the Colts front office, if it's a good decision, they don't make it. If it's stupid, they probably will. Ken DeWitt blocking on the right side. John Bruin and Harry Swain.
DeWitt missed 4 games his senior year at Northwest Louisiana with knee problems, yet managed to rush for better than 1,100 yards. What does that tell you about him? A guy that can fly.
Of course, their schedule's not loaded up with USC either.
No, or Notre Dame, but the Louisiana directional schools, Northwest, Southeast, Middle Northwest, they play pretty good football.
Carlson, 9 of 15, 192 yards and a scoring strike. DeWitt goes the other way. Jeff backpedals, fired. He's got DeWitt at the 15, bounces off his man to the 10, 5 inside the 5, down to the touchdown!
What an effort.
Kenny DeWitt, a human missile inside the 5.
They picked up the blitz. Carlson stands tough, fires. DeWitt on the receiving end refuses to go down. Off one shot by Carey.
Now watch.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Maybe out at the 2. Carey hits him. And they'll probably bring this back.
If they do, they're reacting only to Jumbotron. Now watch.
That hit applied by Bussey.
The knee was down and the ball was well shy of the end zone, and we will have, as Lindsey Nelson likes to say back there in Knoxville, Tennessee, a conclave. Gene Barth, the veteran official. No question, though, his knee was down and the ball was well shy of the end zone. Carlson, 10 of 16, 215 yards now. We'll slow it down for you. He gets away from Richard Carey, and then watch the knee. Left knee is down.
There.
Toes out of bounds.
He looked like an F-14 coming in on a carrier, didn't he?
We have a reversal. The runner's knee hit out of bounds before he reached the ball into the end zone. It's first and goal on the 2-yard line.
So mark it down, ladies and gentlemen, at 9:11 Eastern time, the first reversal on the instant replay.
Well, they took one away from him, but the effort was tremendous nonetheless.
Well, they should put him back in and let him run it over.
Okay, you make the cuts now, Ray Perkins. Who are you going to take off this running back squad here? Bruce Perkins has looked good. Lawson has looked good. Cobb has looked good. Anderson, of course. Harvey has been sensational out of the backfield. Lars Tate has a touchdown. DeWitt there.
Douglas and Lawson are your running backs in the I-Pro set. Douglas dumped. Might have lost a yard. Well, we talked about it, Paul Kennedy, at the very top of the telecast, that Ray Perkins has admitted that he and his coaching staff, as Hammerstein is the man that went underneath, his decisions as each cut as they get ready for their season opener will be harder, and hardest because of the depth of the team this time around.
Hammerstein, Mike, 5th-year pro, the former Michigan Wolverine, the All-American there. A fine submarine job.
You know how Hammerstein earned his spending money when he was up in Michigan? catching muskrats.
A trapper.
Second and goal. Douglas. The convoy didn't develop. And Bernard Clark, rookie out of Miami of Florida.
Shaken up on the opening kickoff tonight. Was slated to start. Unable to do so. Made a big play there to end the third.
Well, they'll take the long walk down at the other end of the stadium, down by Jumbotron. We'll take a timeout. 15 minutes left to go in preseason game number 1 on Channel 44. Hello again to Ocala and Gainesville. There's your score. The Bucs big over the Bengals.
Save up to 80% and more on back-to-school supplies at Workplace. The Workplace discounts are absolutely incredible. On notebook filler paper, buy 4 packs for 99 cents. 4 packs, 99 cents. Trapper Keeper notebooks with dividers, clipboard, and paper are $3.59. Big ballpoint pens are 77 cents a 10-pack. 77 cents. These are just a few back-to-school items. You'll save on typewriters, computers, word processors, calculators, electronic spell-checking dictionaries, pencils, pencil sharpeners, book bags, highlighters, clipboards, spiral notebooks, mini tape recorders, and paper by the ton, and everything at amazing discounts. So don't waste your back-to-school budget at supermarkets or discount stores. Shop Workplace and save up to 80%. Workplace, where we guarantee the lowest prices or it's free.
Shoney's invite you to our boiled shrimp feast. All you can eat. Peel and eat. Now, for a limited time, Shoney's brings you all the succulent boiled shrimp you can eat each Monday and Tuesday night from 4 to 10 p.m. Dinner includes your choice of rice, French fries, or baked potato, served with dinner bread, plus our famous soup, salad, and fruit bar. Shoney's all you can eat. Peel and eat boiled shrimp. Only $7.99. You're gonna love it. Monday and Tuesday nights only. Only at Shoney's.
At Simms, you'll never see this word, because Simms represents it off price. Over 200 world-famous designer and brand names in men's, women's, and children's clothing. You can always buy men's current, nationally advertised $290 suits for $159. Women's $235 suits for $139. At Simms, there's never a reason for a sale. The more you know about clothing, the better it is for Simms.
Line of scrimmage, the 3-yard line. Third down. Tampa Bay in possession of the pigskin. Lawson, Douglas are the running backs in the I-Pro set. Carlson sets them down. It's Douglas. They fake it. Carlson on the bootleg. He's got time. He needs some help. Fires. Batted up in the air and incomplete. Looking for the tight end at a crossing pattern. Eric Bailey and Jesse Anderson got messed up. Kevin Walker deflected the ball. Pressure by Jason Buck. Pretty good play call, though.
Yeah, you see Bailey, number 85, a guy that has been with 5 different NFL teams, trying to hang on here. He was open for an instant, and Carlson was late, nearly threw the interception. Got away with that.
Steve Christie, the rookie out of William & Mary, is having a career tonight.
I was about to say, excuse me, Jim, he may be the star of the game. Rookie field goal kicker.
He's had one from 54. He's had one from 34. Royals will put this down at the 11, and it's good. A 21-yard field goal. And the Bucs now are beating the Bengals by 20. 14:48 left to go.
We've placed these 2 similar 4x4s in this swamp to see if there's any real difference. Sure, they both have lots of luggage space, plenty of room for 5. I don't think the Gators haven't noticed, but only the Isuzu Trooper has auto-locking hubs, so you don't have to get out to get into 4-wheel drive. So, combined with its very low price, we see that only the Trooper won't cost you an arm and a leg. The Isuzu Trooper at just $13,699. There's no comparison.
From a safety standpoint, again, I've been here 28 years, and I'm absolutely certain that we are operating the safest fleet that we have ever operated. All of our pilots have been through major school within the last year. All of our pilots are focused on their job 100%. All the peripheral issues have gone away now, and we're just focusing on making Eastern Airlines the best we can.
We've got a great story to tell. We got to get out there and tell it, but we have to tell it in a one-on-one way. Now, we got to tell it to every passenger every day.
The question was the 5% promise. Yes. Right here.
Is it true? Will I be here 50 years from now with Eastern?
Can I guarantee another 60 years of history for Eastern Airlines? No, I cannot. All I can tell you is we're not just thinking survival, friends. We're thinking growth. And airline economics only works with growth. I don't think you cut yourself back to profitability. I think you build yourself to profitability. And I think